final game of week 3, Scrandinavia versus Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen in blue, Scrandinavia in red, and Flaberdeen have a lone player in Richie who is wearing white for Flaberdeen. Early chance there lands into the hands of Greg for Scrandinavia, and now we can see Flaberdeen coming forward now. Brad on the ball, through on goal with the shot. Oh, just wide there. Maybe Greg got a little touch there on the right hand to take it wide there, but Brad threw on, looked like it should have been a goal there. Chopper going up with Richie, now battling with Paul, but has lost the ball now, so Flaberdeen are on the attack here now. Ball into the middle of the field with Alan, back to Richie. Richie with a shot, curling shot through the legs, just wide there. James, captain for Flaberdeen, now with the ball, rolling out to Alan. Alan now coming forward, playing it wide to Paul. Paul with that shot, but blocked by Chopper. Now Kev for Scandinavia's got the ball. Kev looking to play it wide. Good save there by James, and Craig can't get that ball under control in order to get another shot on the Flaberdeen goal. The ball now back with the keeper. Quick play it to Brad, but quickly back to James in goals, and now finds Paul out wide. Richie now in the middle of the pitch to Brad. Brad letting that ball run into the corner, looking to scoop it back into the centre, but Kev has it now. Kev Barrington on goal. Kev with the shots, and it's 1-0 to Scrandinavia. That unfortunate pass there by Brad was picked up by Kev, and he finished clinically with that shot. You see here, the pass looks like it was intended between Alan and Paul, but Kev is in the right position to intercept it, powers through and gets himself ready, slots it into the bottom corner past James, and James, nothing he can do in goals about that. Scrandinavia now with the early lead, and they will be delighted with that start. Flaberdeen now coming on the attack after kickoff, but the ball is in the hands of Greg for Scandinavia. Jamie now looking for options, comes forward with the ball, tries to play it out to Craig, manages to do so. Craig now with the shot, but is blocked by Alan, and Richie sees the ball back to James in goal, his on loan captain. James now rolling it out to Brad. Brad with the ball. Richie makes the run, gets the ball to Richie. Richie with the shot, and it's 1-1 now between the two teams. Lovely hold-up play there by Brad, seeing the run of Richie, timing the flick through perfectly to when Richie was in space, and Richie finishing off the move. Brad now, he's got two players on it, but still managed to flick that ball wide. Richie gets himself in the correct position after the ball rolled through, and with the right foot, smashes it past Greg. Greg unable to get anything on that to stop that from going in. 1-1 now between the two teams. And we can see now Scandinavia coming forward. Craig looking for option. There's a finger flowing in front of the camera. Richie now with the ball. Brad with it. Brad shoots and scores. Quick turnaround here from Flaberdeen. Finding themselves 1-0 down early on. They're now 2-1 up. Great comeback from the team. Once again, Brad and Richie combining here. Richie with that ball to Brad after with completing a little 1-2 between the two players, and Brad slotting it past Greg, and Greg is flat on his back, realising there was nothing he can do to help that one. He was wrong-footed, thinking it was going to go to his right, and it scoops into the top left-hand corner. And Scandinavia, in quick succession, find themselves kicking off again, and now behind. Greg is looking for options within his team. Jamie has the ball now. Brad is there hounding for that, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. Flaberdeen and Brad with the ball now, but that is dispossessed by Jamie there. Chopper coming forward, taking on Alan, gets past Alan. Chopper now with a shot, and scoots it through the legs of James to make it 2-2. Handshake there between Chopper and Richie, appreciation of it, although I think Richie was worried he maybe caught Chopper. Chopper looked unfazed by it, so I think it's fine. Chopper coming round, getting past Alan, finding that pocket of space, and very, very cleverly sees the gap between James's leg and scoops it in there. That's 2-2 now. Scandinavia now back on level. A good reply back. Both teams ebbing and flowing in this game. The shot there just over from Flaberdeen. Kev in goals now for Scandinavia, picks up that ball. Greg playing it out to Craig, but Craig has been dispossessed by Paul. Barry onto the ball, battling with Greg. Greg gets it back to Kev in goal safely though, and to stop any chance of Flaberdeen scoring from that. But the ball's been rolled out poorly. Brad's picked it up. Greg with the block. Barry on the rebound and puts it away, and Flaberdeen have got themselves in front again. Kev in here trying to pass it. It's short, it's light. Cal can't get to it. Brad wins that ball. Brad with a shot. Greg with a great block, but unfortunately the ball holds up underneath Greg's feet and lands perfectly to Barry. If that had gone in any other place after Greg blocking that, that wouldn't have been a goal there for Barry. You'd think, so that's unfortunate. But Flaberdeen won the ball again. Flaberdeen with a shot there, and Barry with a shot there, and Kev saves that to take it away. Scrandinavia are needing to collect themselves here. That's twice now, quickly from kickoff. They've lost the ball, with one of them being a goal. But the ball's back with James, captain for Flaberdeen. Paul now has it, is looking forward. Lovely ball out to Richie, out wide. Richie across goal. Brad with the shot. And there we go. That is 4-2 now to Flaberdeen. Great comeback from them. And they've stopped Scandinavia's attempt to come back quickly into this game. Lovely ball wide there by Paul, seeing the run of Richie. Richie scoops that ball into there. Jamie can't respond to it quick enough. Brad, just off Jamie's shoulder, is able to react to the ball much better, much quicker, and gets onto it to give Flaberdeen a 4th goal. Scandinavia now are going to have to look for options. This game is quickly starting to get away from them. Richie with the ball now after another loose pass, but fortunately for Scandinavia, Richie loses the ball and it ends up back in their keeper's hands. James now in goal for Flaberdeen. Paul with the ball up, and a lovely touch there again by Richie. A lovely deft ball there by Paul, going right through the Scandinavia field, and Richie, as he's done already tonight, just the lightest of touches to take it away from the goalkeeper and put it into the back of the net. Fantastic finish there by Richie, and once again a fantastic there by Paul. Did it previously to find Richie on the wide, and once again to find Richie in the middle. Kick-off now, and Rob has scored from kick-off, unbelievably. Flaberdeen looking way too comfortable when Rob put that ball down for the kick-off, and he's just scooped it there. Nobody reading that Rob was about to kick off with the shot from kick-off, and a lovely scoop shot into the top corner, and James just watches that go in. 5-3 now to Flaberdeen. Scandinavia trying to make their way into the match. Flaberdeen will be frustrated with letting a goal like that from kick-off straight in. But Barry now for Flaberdeen, pass it to Paul. The ball's been lost. Craig here trying to find Jamie, but Brad reads that well and gets it back to his captain's feet. Brad now in Scandinavia's half, tries to flick it to Richie. Richie, a little skiff, but can't quite get it to Barry. Jamie has the ball now. Jamie coming forward. Jamie with a shot, and into the hands of James, unfortunately, and Flaberdeen have the ball. Richie again battling with Craig, trying to flick it across to Barry, but Rob gets that ball instead. It's loose. Jamie now picked it up. Jamie looking for options. Jamie seeing Cal in front of him there, and Cal playing that ball to Rob. Brad's come across tight to Rob. Rob playing it to Cal. Cal holding it, shot, and it's a goal! And it's 5-4 now to Flaberdeen, but Scandinavia now have a little bit of a comeback coming on. They've reduced that deficit in this game and are looking like they're trying to claw their way back. Wonderful stuff there by Cal after Rob's brilliant play. Brad tight onto Rob, but Cal take that ball with his left foot and then hit it with his right without moving off the spot. A fantastic finish for him. And as I said, it's 5-4 to Flaberdeen. They still have the lead, but only just. Flaberdeen coming forward now. Paul to Brad. Brad back to Paul. But Cal intercepts that, and it's a high ball to Rob. Nobody there, unfortunately, though, and the ball ends up in the Flaberdeen half with Brad. Brad, long ball to Richie. Richie with a slight touch, trying to do what he did earlier, but unfortunately not quite getting a strong enough touch. Rob to Chopper, and Chopper just wide with the shot. Tried to hit it with the left foot, but not quite on target. Rob with the ball now. Rob cutting in. Chopper holding back Brad, and James there with the block from Rob's shot. Greg to Cal now. Cal with the shot. Another great save there by James, keeping his team in the lead. Chopper up against Paul. Paul back heels it down the line. When the battle there, it ends up back up in Flaberdeen's half. Greg with Barry battling. The rebound lands at Rob. Rob slots it in, and it's 5-all now. Unbelievable stuff. Scandinavia were hugely behind. Looked like they might have been out of this game, and they've managed to level it now. Battling there, I think it's Barry and Greg. The ball manages to go forward. It then comes back to Barry and Greg. This time Greg winning the ball, it looks like. Bounces off the edge and then lands perfectly at Rob's feet, with James coming at the goal, and Rob places it into the corner. 5-all in this game. It has been end-to-end stuff, and who knows what the final score could be in this one. Rob right now checking the score, looking confused, but Rob, I can tell you it's 5-all. I've checked, do not worry. Flaberdeen now coming forward. Allen with the ball to Paul. Paul with the ball to Barry. Barry getting away with a shot, and Rob blocking that. Plays it back up the wing to Greg. Greg battling with Brad, but Brad thinks he may have committed a foul, but the referee says play on, and so they do. Brad now with the shot. Oh, just off the post there by Brad. A lovely long range shot. The ball a little bit loose there by Rob, but Chopper gets in front and manages to get it to his goalkeeper. Flaberdeen now. James rolling it to Alan. A little bit tight there, but it's now been lost. Ended up at the feet of Rob. And Rob with the shot high into the goal, just above James. And that's 6-5 to Scandinavia. I was already shocked when they brought it back to 5-all, but the fact that Scandinavia had now taken the lead is testament to their hard work and play of this team. Could have easily folded like they've done in previous week, but they've came back with it here. Rob with a lovely finish there. James thinking it's going to go down low into the corner, but Rob hitting it high into the net and goes over James, and nothing he can do to stop that ball after incorrectly guessing where to go for it, unfortunately. Flaberdeen now find themselves kicking off again, and that's now a number of goals that they've found themselves conceding in a row, and they'll need to think about collecting themselves and their defensive work together now. But they're still an attacking threat here, but the ball's been lost and landed with Greg for Scandinavia. Greg trying to play it forward, but Alan blocks it. Alan up against Greg, and then Greg plays it safely back to his goalkeeper. Scandinavia in the Flaberdeen half. Cal to Rob. Rob turned away from Brad with the shot. Bounces off. Rob and Chopper go for it. Bit of a collision there. A little bit of confusion, but the ball's out to Paul for Flaberdeen. Paul backheels it to Rob. Takes out two players. Barry now through on goal. Barry with a shot. Saved there by Kevin. Goes to Scandinavia. It rolls back to Barry, but Barry can't get a strong head on it. Quick roll out to Rob, but Rob can't find Chopper, and Flaberdeen have it again. Brad with a shot. Another save there by Kev. Chopper tries to head it, but gets it all wrong. Brad now with another shot, and it's just wide, and Cal ends this Flaberdeen onslaught with the pass to Kev. Kev plays it out quickly to Rob. End-to-end stuff here, folks. Now to Greg. Greg with a long range shot. James there with a save with the foot. Chopper picking up the ball now. Tries to play it in the centre to Greg, but Brad blocks it, and then the ball ends up with James in goals. Craig now restarting the match. Playing it to Kev. Kev playing through players with the ball, going up to Cal. Cal trying to play it across to Chopper, and Chopper can't get a foot on that, unfortunately. Plays the ball to Kev. Kev to Chopper. Chopper with the shot, and it's wide. Richie now with the ball, coming on the counter. Richie coming forward, plays it across the ball. Craig can't get a foot on it. To Alan. Rob with the save there, and Craig trying to bring it down, but not quite. And a good block there by Rob with Richie shot with the ball bouncing about. Back to Alan now. Alan tried to play it to Richie. Craig getting the block on there, but it's now back to Richie. Richie, and what a save there by Rob. A little twirl save, and the back foot stops it from going in, and Rob keeping his team in this game. James now for Flaberdeen with the ball in his box. Tries to play it out to Barry. Successfully does it, but it's been lost. Plays it to Kev, and what a save there by James. Kev with the early shot, and James getting a great save on that to keep his team in the match. Looking to play it short and safe, but it ends up back in his feet there. Scrandinavia coming forward with not long left in this game. Finds Chopper alone up top. Chopper to Kev. Kev looking to cut in with the shot. Save there from Barry, who's in goals now, that pushes it onto the post. But the ball's landed at Alan now on the attack. Richie, and another save there by Rob. That keeps Scandinavia just in the lead in this game. Kev playing it to Cal, but Cal can't get a foot on it. And James, who's now out the goals, picks it up. Cal wins it. He's kept it out of the box though. The ball still in play, tries to flick to Chopper, but the pass is not quite there. Cal looking frustrated, but he did well to keep a hold of the possession. Chopper now trying to cut in, bounces off the wall, puts it through the legs of Barry, but Barry is out of his goals, and it's just lands in his box. Kev now with the ball to Chopper. Chopper with the shot. Referee blows full time, and it's 6-5 to Scandinavia. What a match. Bat 5s are looking for new players. If you are in the northeast of Scotland, Aberdeen area, and want to take part, please check out our website fat5s.football and feel free to fill out the registration form. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to ensure you get notified when new videos are released.